Liverpool 2, Burnley 0. A dominant display from the Merseyside outfit at Anfield. Of course, in front of a full capacity stadium for the first time in a long, long while. Trent Alexander-Arnold, absolutely astounding today. So many chances, 6 or 7 chances created, a world-class assist. Virgil van Dijk, was he ever even injured? What a performance from him at the back. It looks like he's never been away. Salah and Mane getting back to their best. And Jota, he's the real deal at Anfield. There is no doubt about it. Playing in front of his home crowd properly for the first time. 2 goals in 2 games for him. 6 points from 6 for Liverpool now. And 2, on paper, fairly simplistic games to start their campaign. But you have to be open. You have to be honest. And you have to be clear-minded about this. These are potential banana skins. These were the games last season that Liverpool were coming unstuck in. They've started the campaign very, very well. A lot of their star players look like they're purring. Jota, could he be the answer to rejuvenating this front three as many predicted last season? Hit that like button for us right now. This is the Football Terrace. Let's go. Welcome back to the Football Terrace. As mentioned, a great start to this campaign by Liverpool. Simplistic games, yes. There's a comment I just see here. I need to highlight it straight away. 2 easy games. Chill. Yes, simplistic games. But these are the kind of matches that build your foundation. These starts of the season, they will build your foundation to potentially going on to winning titles and having huge success over the course of the year. You start dropping points in these early moments, and your Chelsea's, Man United's, and Cities win the majority of their opening games, that gap already starts to appear. And with the finishing ability, and I'm talking about the ability to finish off campaigns of the likes of Manchester City, you can't allow points gaps to arise. And instead, a little bit of pressure, a smidgen of pressure now goes on to City. Very highly likely to beat Norwich City. That kicks off in about 30 minutes' time. But any kind of slip up there, and that little gap starts to appear early. It's going to be an amazing season. Every game matters. Every goal matters. Every point matters. Now, we're going to be bringing the likes of Tom on very, very soon. We're going to get Jamie on, Stevens on backstage. If you want to phone in, the link is pinned to our live comment section. Ram's going to be here with me as well. But the newer Liverpool emoji is out. Members, if you haven't seen it yet, if you haven't used it yet, I'm going to post it now in the comment section. Check out the brand new Liverpool emoji that we have. Your badge, exclusive to the Football Terrace, is there. They're coming out to speak soon, but I've got to speak. I've got to speak about some of these Liverpool performances today. And I want to start with Virgil van Dijk. I've put this out on Twitter, and a few people have misinterpreted. No sarcasm allowed on Twitter, assumedly. Was he ever injured? Van Dijk, was he ever injured? Was it real? Did he just fancy a year off work? I don't know. They've got to get a sick note from the doctor, because this man has come back into the Prem. No problem. Old school Virgil van Dijk. Commanding. Getting stuck into tackles. Looks, the speed is there. The accuracy is there. The everything about Van Dijk looks the absolute same. And he had a ridiculously bad knee injury. To come back and to be as dominant as we've seen from Van Dijk in his opening couple of games is absolutely brilliant to see. There's no doubt about it. Trent. Listen, I'll always give Trent a bit of banter as a Man United fan when it's needed. But this lad is different gravy. He is different gravy. I'll actually get the statistics checked officially here. But yes, 7 chances created and 1 assist in the game. The assist in itself was absolutely out of this world. Out of this world to be able to chip the ball in a passing motion when the ball's moving across your body, to perfectly weight it for Mane to put it into the back of the net. It's very hard to do. You can watch the Premier League for the next month, and you might see 1 or 2 more players do it. Pogba can do it. KDB will do it. Bruno could do it. Trent can do it. Trent Alexander-Arnold is without doubt one of the best playmakers in the Premier League, bar none. And he showed up today massively. There is no doubt. I also want to shout out Jota, because we talk about the stoutness in the Liverpool front three. do they need to sign players? I still think a signing might be needed for them to win the league. I'm not going to yield on that thought right now. But Diogo Jota, I'm always going to be biased towards him because he used to be one of my clients. So I've always got a soft spot for the man. I'm going to text him in a minute and say, well done. 2 goals in 2 games. If he can stay fit this season, he could challenge. He could challenge for the Golden Boot. He's legitimately that good a football player. His movement for that first goal. And you might not rate Burnley as a football club, but Ben Mee and Tarkowski are very good defenders. Defensively, Burnley are sound, and that movement was impeccable. It's the kind of thing you see from the likes of Cavani and the Zlatans of old. You're talking high-level caliber movement, the intelligence, and it's timing of the run. The timing of the run. Timing beats speed. You don't need to be the fastest player. Well, he's probably faster than Ben Mee, to be fair, but you don't need to be the fastest player if your timing is right. It was just, he set off. If you watch it back in slow motion, he set his run off just as Ben Mee planted himself for a second. So by the time Ben Mee reacts, it's too late. 1-0. Absolutely excellent. From those 3 were my standout players today. Of course, you can enter our competition. If today you super chat in and guess my man of the match, of course, super chats over the value of £5. We have to be fair to the rest of the competition entries for August. If you guess my man of the match in a super chat, and your name is, I'll pick a name at random at the end of the show, you will go into the prize draw to win a football shirt of your choice at the end of August. So make sure you go and get that done for us right about now, ladies and gentlemen. That means a great deal to us. Aaron here says Liverpool are looking good. Trent makes football look so easy, comfortable throughout. I'm liking Bobby coming off the bench, makes our bench a bit more potent. Mane looks like a new man. Yeah, he was very good today as well. Mane and Salah both were excellent. They truly were excellent. There is no doubt about it whatsoever. I have missed a super chat here that I didn't get a chance to put up because the comments are coming through too fast. So I'm just going to go and jump into there's like a backup option here that lets you go back and look at all super chats just because I don't want to miss it. I want to say it here. It's from Daniel Lawson. Daniel Lawson says, normally watching any Burnley game is a slog. Not tonight. Not perfect, but happy with the 3 points. Great win. Great to see the fans in the stadium again. Van Dijk, Costa, and Elliot. Yeah, look, Harvey, we're going to get the boys on the speak. I thought every Liverpool player to a man was very, very good tonight. There is no doubt about it at all. And Tyrone here with a super chat says, big shout out to Timikas and Timikas. He's very good. He's waited a long time to get his opportunity and he's delivered. And I'm not saying after 2 games, does Robertson deserve to be back into the team? But meritocracy being what meritocracy is, maybe there's a shout here. And remember, Liverpool fans, something else to get a little more excited about. I'm noticing already a pattern. I'm noticing a pattern already. And I wonder if you can guess what it is when it comes to Konate. Not played yet. He's going to be slowly. This is the Jurgen Klopp way. He doesn't throw players straight into the mix. They get an opportunity. They have to bide their time, but they will get that chance to play. They will get that opportunity to be involved. Another super chat here says, Terry, we are not signing no one else this window, and FSG is slowly trying to turn us into Arsenal. Harvey Elliot is an absolute talent. I don't know about turning you into Arsenal. You're going to challenge for the title this year. You're going to challenge for the title. Liverpool, Arsenal haven't challenged for a title really. Well, they haven't challenged for a title beyond February for nearly 20 years. So you're nowhere near that, my friend. Give it to Mickey. Says everyone thought Liverpool was through. Guess not. Oh, through is in over. I don't think people are saying Liverpool are through. I think some people believe that to beat City to the title, or maybe even to stay into the top 4, more is needed. At no point have I heard anybody say Liverpool are a bad team, or Liverpool are not going to perform, or Liverpool can't deliver. Another lovely super chat here says, how about the kid Elliot? He is a breath of fresh air. A fresh of breath air. I love that. I am happy. Yeah, he looked very talented today. Very, very comfortable on the ball. Very much so indeed. And, getting that game time early on in this season is, of course, going to be very, very important to him and his development. So you've got young Jones on the bench as well. I always feel sorry for Jones. I think he had an excellent campaign last year. But you want that competition for places. And Harvey Elliott, getting his opportunity to now be a Liverpool player full-time, fair play to him. And by the way, if Harvey Elliot and Jones step up, maybe you don't need to buy that central midfield replacement. Maybe that's where non-Liverpool fans, and we all judge each other. Look, the football terrace is about rivals judging each other's teams. So sometimes we get things wrong because we're not as close as you. That's why it's your job to phone up, super chat, comment in, and educate us. You saw last night. Yes, I know there was technical issues last night on Friday night on the terrace, but I wish you were all in the studio, because in the studio it was like, like if they take an animation film and they turn it alive. When we saw like Emma Watson play Bella, and we saw the Beauty and the Beast and it was alive, Lion King and it was alive. That was what last night felt like. It was like we took the digital terrace and we brought it alive in a room. And it's about rivals getting at each other, and that's what football is. Still need to buy players, is what Tariq here says. Rose says Liverpool will lose next weekend when they face Chelsea. Tuchel gonna do a master class, is what Rowe believes. And I suppose that's the question I want to pose to Liverpool fans today. Do you feel ready for that Chelsea game? Do you feel ready for that Chelsea game? I really do want to know in relation to that. We've got some more super chats. I am going to get the callers on and panel on soon. English is my second language, so thank you, my brother, for the corrections. Listen, English is my first language, and I guarantee you write it and speak it better than I. And I threw in the better than I because that's proper English. If I say better than me, that's bad grammar. Not many speaking on Hendo, captain's performance. Henderson, brilliant. Henderson, absolutely brilliant today. No doubt about it. Naby will be in the team of the season. Mark my words. Team of the season. Team of the season. It's a big shout. The fact that Harvey Elliott is not on your list for man of the match is a violation, is what Adam believes there. Interesting take. Phone up, Adam. The link is pinned in the comment section. I want to hear from you today. Tony, thank you for becoming an Academy member of the Football Terrace. Remember as well, we have set up a new notification group. I do need your support on that, people. Get yourselves into our description and sign up to our notification group on Telegram so that you know when we go live, when we've got new content coming out. But Liverpool fans, smash that like button right now. 1,200 of you watching. Not even 200 likes yet. What is going on? Give it a slap, people. It's a positive show for your club. The more of you that like it, the more people that will see it. Simple as that. Jason here says 2 games won, 36 to go. If Liverpool could avoid last season's injuries, we will definitely be up there challenging. Being underdogs may not be bad. And I think that's a really good take. I think that's a really good take on the injuries. You do need the injuries to stay away. If the injuries stay away, you've got a great chance. Look at Henderson's performance today. Look at Van Dijk's performance today. If you lose any of these players for a long period of time, there isn't the plethora of quality behind them to bring you forward. But if they stay fit, 100%, 100% you're in this title race in a very big way indeed. Tyrone here. Thank you, my friend, for becoming a legend and super fan of the Football Terrace. We met a few last night. Maria Williams was at the studio. We had Matthew at the studio. Gunnar King was at the studio. And we're not sure whether we're doing it again this coming Friday because Rocket's away on holiday. We may not do it. Definitely back in 2 weeks' time. If you want to be in the studio for the next show, please make sure you get yourself signed up. We will share it with our legends and our super fans on the community page here on YouTube very, very soon indeed. Jason here says Chelsea fans cannot gloat at all. We are the talk on the field. I hear you there. We do feel ready. Big boss Big Boss Virgil is back, ready to slap some sense into Chelsea. Carl is laying down the gauntlet today. Laying down the gauntlet. Igal's backstage as well. I'm going to bring Tom, Ram, and Igal on in a minute, my panel today. We are going to take your calls. We've got Jamie, Chris, and Stephen, and many, many more backstage. Keep those super chats coming in. Get your questions in for the panel. I want you to question up the panel today, my people. Got some members in the house here as well. Starlord's here. How you doing, bro? Hope you're well. What else we saying here in these comments? I can't see no member comments here. Here's one. James here, Liverpool fan, says Burnley were nullified. They got schooled. And I actually thought Burnley did all right in phases. Burnley weren't bad today. They weren't bad. But yeah, you definitely schooled them today. What was it 24 shots? Was it something like 24 shots to something else? We'll look here at the statistics here. Of course, courtesy of our friends at Live Score. Let's look at these stats. 8 shots on target, 8 shots off target, and then 8 block shots. So in total, attempt-wise, they had 9 attempts on goal compared to your 26. Jeez. 26. 26 or 27, depends on what stats company you read. But there we go. Super chat just in here from Man Like Rowe. Said, I don't think Liverpool can beat Chelsea. We have very quick defenders at the back, and Liverpool attack won't be that good. They cannot break down 3 at the back defenses. That's what Rowe has said. That Rowe is throwing down the gauntlet now. We're building up to Chelsea Liverpool, and Chelsea haven't even played Arsenal yet. This is amazing. Panel settings come in now, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that like button, hit that share button, phone up to have your say. Liverpool 2, Burnley 0. This is the Football Terrace. Here we go. Yes, gents, how you all doing?
Very, very good, man. Very, very good.
Very good, very good. Good to see the Liverpool that I know back. None of that Nat Phillips and Reece Williams stuff. You get Van Dijk back in, and the seamless machine goes back to working at full speed.
But Nat Phillips is supposed to be this great center back. He should surely at least make the bench, no?
No, who said that though?
He's gone missing. To be fair, where is he?
We're trying to sell him.
Kanate sold his
Yeah, Kanate's there. Ram, give me your thoughts on that performance today.
Brilliant, absolutely. I think this was Liverpool at third gear. We weren't our fully potent Liverpool. Shout out to Harvey Elliot, my guy, bought in from Fulham, teared it up in the Championship. And I'll say this right now, he's going to be better than Mason Mount. I'm saying it right now. He will be better than Mason Mount. And I'll tell you why. Mason Mount in the Championship only got, I think, about 11 goal contributions. Harvey Elliott got 19 for a worse team as well. Let's put this out there. And he's only 18 years old. This guy is incredible. I think in the next 3 years, he's going to be in the England setup. As simple as that. I think
better than Mason Mount. Better. That is a big claim, ladies and gentlemen.
He will.
What about him? What about him is going to make him better than Mount?
It's just his fearlessness. He just likes to take on players, and his versatility as well, and his eye for a ball. The guy was unlucky to not get an assist. If Salah kept his run, he would have got an assist on his full Premier League start. This guy is incredible. He is incredible, and he will be a top player. That is for sure.
What do you make of that, Igal? From a rival point of view, Harvey Elliott better than Mason Mount?
I think he still needs to work a little bit on his overall game, get used to the pace of the Premier League. His counterattacks, he was good on his counterattacks, but it just lacked that little extra bit in the end product, which will come in time. But of course, I honestly watched the game because I found out Harvey Elliott was starting, and I wanted to see Anfield rocking again. It's nice to see, even as a rival fan, it's nice to see Anfield fully packed and everything. It just shows you that football's back. But when it comes to Harvey Elliott, guys, he's young. Don't put too much pressure on him, Ram. Making statements like that can bite you in the ass. I know myself, but I'll tell you right now, this is a good kid. And to back him, there's nothing wrong with that. Harvey Elliott, we know from when he was at Fulham that he was going to be a good player.
I think what sets it for me is his mentality. He wants to be better. He wants to be the guy. He, like everyone famously at Liverpool, they said he wants the number 7 shirt. He wants to take over from the likes of Kenny Dalglish, Luis Suarez. He wants that. His drive is incredible. I am very excited for his future. Honestly, he is great. He is great.
I hear you on that. Thank you very much for that super chat there from Tony. It means a great deal to us. It does. Van Dijk completely changes the dynamics of this team, and of course he does, because he's world class. And I think one of the questions, and I wanted to pose this to you, Tom, when it comes to Virgil van Dijk, I mentioned it at the top of the show. He's, what's the word I'm looking for here? The way he has seamlessly come back. I know it's only 2 games, but it's like he's never been away.
You couldn't tell he was injured. But when he comes back in, you see how we improve, not just only on the defensive end, but on the attacking end. God, I've missed them 60-yard cross-field passes to Salah. And they create so many attacks. That's what started the second goal. The pass over to Elliot, into Trent, beautiful little flick, and Sadio Mane finishes it. He's such important parts to the attack, but he showed how valuable he is defensively as well with that late block. He is the best centre-back in the world, even with that injury. He's come back, and it's just like, couldn't be bothered with no fans.
Tommy, let me just add, when you have an ACL injury, your pace and power might be affected, but at a center back position, you need to have the awareness, and that's one thing that Virgil van Dijk is amazing at. So he's never going to lose his positioning and his awareness. But to me, one thing that you notice about this game was he was hungry for that goal. In the opening minutes, he's looking to get that first goal back at Anfield, and he was hungry today. And I don't think Virgil van Dijk is going to be a problem. It's going to be if you have one of your forwards get the similar injury, you'll notice a big difference in their game. But a center back, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I kind of hear you on that. I think he's been sensational since he's returned. Like in those two, when I say sensational, I think he's going to get better from this point. But like sometimes players can be out for a year, and it takes 3, 4, 5 games for them to shake the cobwebs away, to kind of find their feet. It's like he had it's like he was away for a weekend. He missed one weekend, and he was back the following week. It's been absolutely impeccable. We have another super chat here from Ro, who says we have the 2 best midfielders in the world. We have quick wingers and very fast defenders. And of course, Lukaku is one of the strongest and fastest attackers in the world. Liverpool cannot match Chelsea. What do you make of that, Ram?
Lukaku hasn't scored a goal at Anfield for almost, what's it called? 8 years? 8 years? I think it's 8 years. I don't even know if he scored at Anfield. So Lukaku at Anfield is not very good. Is not very good. And yeah, you got N'Golo Kante, Mateo Kovacic. Yeah, he's okay. He's a decent midfielder, but you forget we've got our best players back. We've got them back. Salah's firing. Diogo Jota's firing. Sadio Mane, even though he's a little bit greedy today, he's still firing. And we've got players off the bench that can come on and do their job. You have to remember, stop putting us down, because you're gonna get slapped at the end of the day. You're gonna get a slap of reality in the end of the day. So
Chelsea are going to get a slap of reality there, according to Ram. We've got Rack, and we've got the callers to come a little later. We're going to get Hussam on now to have his say, of course, razor-tongued Liverpool fan across socials here. Very excited about what he's got to say. Chelsea fans coming for Liverpool right now. But this is the essence of the football terrace. Some call it toxic. I call it football. Football banter. Imagine not speaking to rivals about your team. Imagine that. Not on a football terrace. All we've got to do on the terrace to improve is make our audio better. That's that's by the way, you three here. I can't wait to get you three. Honestly, I can't explain to you the atmosphere in the room last night. I finished, and I said this like professionally. It was the greatest feeling I'd ever had after a show. Like, Marlon come up to me and was like, mate, one of the best shows that I've been on. Absolutely amazing. It was all buzzing. Then I found out the audio was bad, and I come crashing down. But Gal, you in that environment, you're going to be a king, brother.
Appreciate it.
I can just tell you, because Have Hope stole the show last night for me. Have Hope, Tade, amazing. We had Jezza. I don't know if you're watching, Jeremy, a young Man United fan, a Congolese boy. That's what he told me about 8 times last night. He's Congolese, so I loved it. He killed it. He was the guy that got into the 2 and the fro with Marlon over the Kane thing as well. So really good. But Hassam's coming on now to have his say. Smash that like and that share button, people. Let's do this. Welcome to the terrace. Welcome back to the terrace, mate. Give me your thoughts on Liverpool's performance today.
Absolutely a phenomenal performance. I think Tsimikas was the standout player to me. The fact we don't miss Robertson is like it's a massive thing, because I think Tsimikas has been performed well against Norwich as well. The other players on the pitch, Mane, I thought was disappointing, even though he scored. Because remember what Benzema said, or I think someone said, like one of the players came out before the Euros and said, you can have a horrible performance and score a goal and suddenly you performed well. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. Mane, his form does concern me. I'm not that I'm not buying this whole Mane thing now. I am concerned for him and for us as well with Mane, because you're not going to get 17 chances against Chelsea. But the thing is with Chelsea, like, I can't believe it. Like, people are really mentioning Lukaku and Liverpool, because Lukaku is going to be in Van Dijk's back pocket. Lukaku will be in Matip's back pocket. Lukaku will do absolutely nothing against Liverpool Football Club. Let's not act like we've not been watching football for the past 10 years. Lukaku underperforms in big games. Whether you say I'm not saying he's a bad big game performer, but he underperforms. Lukaku will categorically do nothing against Liverpool Football Club whatsoever. I'm worried about the other guys Chelsea have. I'm worried about Turbo Timo, but then he gets in front of the goal and misses. So that as well is not like I'm not too scared of Chelsea whatsoever. I'm not scared of playing anyone in the league right now. Like I told you last week, the problem isn't now when we have our full squad. The problem is the squad depth, the injuries throughout the season. But right now, I'm not scared of playing anyone. Lukaku will not score, guaranteeing it right now, will not score against Liverpool at Anfield, and will literally be pocketed by whoever is our defense. Like, if Konate and Gomez are the defenders, they'd still pocket Lukaku. So I'm just saying it as it is.
Terry, clip that.
I want to ask you as well, claim made by Ram earlier that Harvey Elliot will be better than Mason Mount. Do you agree? Do you think Harvey Elliott's that good?
I mean, look, based on what we've seen so far, the most impressive thing is football IQ, because you can teach football IQ to an extent, but you can't really teach it. Football IQ, you either have it or you don't. With Harvey Elliott, the most impressive thing is his decision making. Always makes the right decisions, whether he's up top, whether he's in midfield, he always does the correct things, Harvey Elliott. So I am 100% impressed by him. Is he better than Mason Mount? I'm not going to get ahead of myself. I'm not going to, just say it now. I'm going to have to watch him for 5-6 more games before I go all out mad. So I'm just gonna say it was very impressive today. Decision making spot on. He actually laid the ball off, like when Van Dijk switched the play. He was the one who controlled it, laid it off to Trent, and then Trent, obviously best right back in world football, undisputed, passes it to Mane, who finally finishes his 19th chance in the game. So I think Harvey Elliott was phenomenal today and was very impressive in pre-season, but we're gonna have to give it a bit more time, my Liverpool brother. So relax, we can't say better than Mount already. So calma.
My thought process behind this is, if you look at their championship careers, Harvey Elliott performed much better in a worse team compared to Mason Mount. Like, let's be real. Derby County, when Mason Mount was there, was much better than Blackburn when Harvey Elliott was there. And Harvey Elliott was outstanding. Arguably, he should have been gone to England under 21 tournament, but he didn't. So surely that thought process gives you sort of like a basis into saying how Harvey Elliott is better than Mason Mount, will be better than Mason Mount.
I think you're too premature making these comments. I get that he's your player, you're backing your player, you're throwing stuff out there, but even you yourself, you know that they play different positions. When it comes to statistical outputs to actually impacting the game for 90 minutes, Mason Mount does more over a 90-minute span, where Harvey Elliott is not that type of player. He's more of a winger. So at the moment, inside forward winger being compared to a midfielder who kind of dictates the game, it's not really fair comparison. Let's try to compare him to Bukayo Saka, but you know you can't do that, so it's fair. Anyways.
Oh my God.
Let me, guys, I've been nice to you guys the whole time. Let me just point out one thing that Hussam spoke about that nobody mentioned. Tsimikas. Tsimikas has impressed me. As a guy who did not play at all last season, to play the first 2 games the way he's done. And also, let me point out one thing. You have not missed Robertson's crosses and the deliveries from set pieces, because Tsimikas has been doing that perfectly. And I even seen one of your corners where you guys almost scored from, Tsimikas did. The cross that the goal was scored from, the opening goal, was from Tsimikas. So today I'm not being bitter. I'm being honest. You guys look like a team that can still compete. But the season's early. We need to see how you guys do throughout the rest of the season.
I hear you on that. We've got some super chats we've got to do here. I missed a few for the screen. I've got them in front of me. Mojo says, Ram, go back to watching PH, mate. You're deluded. I don't know what PH is. What's PH? I don't know what PH is. C here says, pipe down, Ram. Salad dressing isn't even better than Werner, even on his worst day. So C is saying salad dressing.
Are you talking about Tiny Wiener?
Rose says Chelsea's front 3 against Liverpool, Werner, Lukkaku, and Mount. Klopp will be confused of a high line. Or sit deep. because it's either case Werner is too good in a high line and Lukaku is very good against low blocks. C here says, you know who we are, champions of Europe. We know who you are. The Chelsea fans are coming out in force right now. We're going to get Winter Surfer on soon. He doesn't look best pleased behind the scenes.
I love it.
Happy with the win and roll on to the next after 2 games. Do we still need to buy someone? I think we do, is what Monsieur says here. We are going to get Jamie Phillips on very soon as well. I haven't forgotten about you all. Jason says, Chelsea fans, so much optimism about the game versus Liverpool. Please win the game with Arsenal first. Don't slip on a banana skin, is what Jason said there. I'm sorry that I didn't get a chance to get all the other comments up, but we appreciate the super chats massively here. Chelsea, Liverpool going at it. We're gonna bring Winter Surfer. We've got to bring a Chelsea fan now to come in and have a right reply here. What you saying, bruv? What you saying?
Yeah. I'm fine with the Mason Mount compliment because he's better than most of Liverpool's midfield already. So it's all good. I'm pleased with that. And also, there's no fan base I love more who have big mouths and I like to get one over with, and that's Liverpool fans. I mean, you guys do remember that Alisson made some crucial saves today. You know what I mean? You guys come here running up like you've won 5-0 or something. But I love it. I love the arrogance because when you fall in the mud,
I do expect my £65 million goalkeeper to make some saves.
Yeah, that's fine. £65 million. We paid £22 million to the best goalkeeper in the league, Mendy. Just happens.
Really?
So you know what I mean. Just happens. You know what I mean. We know how to sign the players. Yeah.
I love it.
But I love it, man. Liverpool fans, the most arrogant fans ever, man. I love it though. I love it when you fall on your faces, which has happened most times out the past 30 years. So bring it on, Ram. Bring on Harvey Elliot. 1 game, brilliant, because he had a better played better in the Championship than Mason Mount. And after 1 game in the league, you think he's going to be better than Mount. Please, man. Please, please, man. Please just focus more on how you love Maldini than praising up Harvey Elliot, man. Just please, because man, if he gets even half the way Mount does, then he'll have a good career. But to say after 1 game,
Winter Surfer, thanks for coming on, mate. And
no problem, man.
Appreciate that, bro. Top man. Thank you. We have a super chat here that says, Ram, you timidly banter our rivals. Elliot is too early. We are all impressed. I need you to put that energy to poke at rivals, is what Carl is saying here. Next on the show, we're going to go to Jamie Phillips, who's been waiting very, very patiently. Jamie, welcome to the terrace. What do you want to say, my friend?
Hi, Terry. How are you?
I'm very well. Remind us who you support, mate.
I'm a Liverpool fan.
Lovely.
Hey.
What's on your mind?
I don't really want to talk about Virgil because we know how much of a beast he is. But Joel Matip is arguably the second best centre-back in the league. The only thing that goes against him is obviously his fitness. But it gets totally ignored. We probably have the best back four in English football. Trent's the best right back in world football. Robbo's up there as one of the best left backs. We now have arguably the best left back covering Tsimikas. That was what was missing last season. It weren't about our forward line. It was our defence. And you take that defence away from us, the way we play, the way Klopp likes to play. He likes it on the halfway line, he likes everything in your half. And that was impossible last season. But Chelsea fans, I don't know what their problem is. They come out with such nonsense. No one's saying anything. Ram just said that he thinks Elliot might be as good as Mount. That's a compliment. Mount's a fantastic footballer. Get off their soapbox. What's the problem? You know what I mean? But Elliot, he reminds me more of Jack Grealish than anyone.
Very good at winning them fouls. Very good at winning them fouls.
Yeah,
exactly. He wins fouls really good. He runs with the ball well. He's got that low sense of gravity. He's got the skill. He's got technique. Yeah, give Elliot time. He's going to be a very good footballer. But Chelsea fans, just calm down a bit. Let's wait till next week.
So when you say best defense in the league, do you then assume, if those all 4 of those guys stay fit for the majority of the season, are you confident with the best defense in the league, the best 2 centre backs in the league, the best fullbacks in the league? You should, and the best goalkeeper, most Liverpool fans would say, you should be winning this title if all those 5 stay fit.
If all them 5 stay fit, I can't see why we wouldn't win the league, to be fair. And that's not me being arrogant. It's been, proved. When them 5 are fit, we were 1 point off City one season, won Champions League, and then won the league the following season. So it's not bluff, is it? It's fact. So
I hear you
Terry,
on that.
if all 5 of them stay fit, it's guaranteed we win the league. Guaranteed. Like if all 5 stay fit for the season, the back 4 we had today and Alisson, it's a guarantee we win the league. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. Like because the defense will win you a league. Like you just need like a player to pop in with a goal every now and then and stuff. But that defense of Matip, Van Dijk, Trent, Robertson, even Tsimikas we've seen today, and with Alisson behind them, I have no problem whatsoever saying we can win the league. But like the gentleman just said, Jamie, I think his name is, Matip has played 25 games in 2 seasons. So that's an average of 12 games per season, which is not good enough. So we can't keep saying when he's fit, if he's fit. So that's why I'm not getting too ahead of myself. But I just had to have my say on the Lukaku thing. But besides that, I'm still calm and composed.
Yeah, I do hear that. Listen, Jamie, great call. Thanks for being patient.
thank you.
Soon. Do you agree, viewers? Two best centre backs in the league, Matip and Van Dijk. Do you agree? Red Ninja here says Mendy with a question mark. United have 2 goalkeepers better than Mendy is what's put out there. We have another super chat just here from Jason, who says Chelsea fan on live. Obviously, forgot about Kepa. How much did it cost?
They'll play from when they couldn't get Alisson.
Tyrone says if Adrian steps foot in goal, it's peak for us. I understand.
We're not worried about that now. We're not worried
Rose
about
says the best
that.
defender in the league is based on consistency is Azpilicueta, the best one-on-one defender who has everything, and he is just 32, still many years ahead. What's your thoughts on that, gents?
Could Azpilicueta deal with Chris Ward and Ashley Barnes for 90 minutes today, going up for every aerial challenge, making last-ditch blocks? Could he do that for an entire season? Because I'd back Van Dijk for an entire season. Could Azpilicueta not be dribbled past by some of the best players in world football? Keep them quiet for a full season? No. People underplay how good Virgil van Dijk is. I see all these comparisons all the time. Ramos is a better defender than Van Dijk. All the time, yeah, no doubt. But people assume that Ramos is still better now. Appreciate what you're getting in Van Dijk. This is a once in a generation centre-back. He's a Rolls Royce. He hates it when he has to sprint. He hates it when he has to, but he always covers for it. He's just so good. And on the centre-backs, I do think we have the best pairing. Is Matip the second best in the league? No, because you can't rely on him. But as a pairing, they complement each other so well. Van Dijk's great at them long passes. Matip's great at the driving into the midfield and playing the short passes. They're just, when they're all on it, I'd say we have the best defence in world football because there's no weakness to it. No weakness whatsoever.
Big claim. Big claim. Viewers, get your thoughts, get your comments in. Carl here says, I'm saying it, Mason Mount is overrated. Come for my neck, Chelsea fans. He doesn't start at any top 6 club except Arsenal, is what Carl has said there. We have some more super chats to do. Micah here says the strength of the big 4 Premier League clubs are a joke. Can see all 4 teams easily winning the Champions League. By the way, Arsenal fan Eduardo Mendy is class. Yeah, all the teams look good. That's why this season's fire. Chelsea bought Lukkaku. He flopped. He got sold. Now you pay through the roof to bring him back. Good luck is what Jason says there. Next on the show, another Liverpool fans here. Rack is now with us. What you saying, bro?
All right, Tel. How's it going, boys? Yeah, look, good result today. I was glad Mane got on the score sheet. I need to see more from him. First half, I don't think was particularly impressive, but if we're really gonna challenge, just being a little bit critical, we need not just a top form Mane, but we need a top form. Sorry, not just a top form Salah. We need a top form Mane. So, at the very least, the fact that he was more involved in the second half and got the goal is positive. Trent with that lovely little touch, the assist. It was reminiscent of Pogba last week. What the kind of little touch he played through to Bruno, and Bruno hit first time. So, that's our playmaker playing it right back, who who popped up with that one. And yeah, look, just a couple of shout outs to Naby Keita. He's he's just being very efficient. He's being a lot more disciplined than he was at Leipzig. He's not going forward as much, and he's not getting on the wrong side of the ball as much, but played really well, won the ball back, was efficient in the way that he played when he had possession. And that's what we need in that role.
He's playing his role really well at the minute. Really well.
Exactly, yeah. Obviously, time will tell. We need him to get through, the injury situation. I can see for Sam, he's a bit concerned about the injury situation. But look, we start with a clean slate. Let's hope he can stay fit.
Yeah, I hear you on that. Man City have just scored, by the way, as well, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very early into that game there. I'm not even too sure who scored.
Own goal. Norwich own goal.
Own goal straight away. Well, there we go. City off to a flyer there this afternoon. We're going to get Peterson on to have his say here. Peterson's a Liverpool fan, I believe. Welcome back to the show, mate. What do you want to say?
How are you doing? I'm fine.
Yeah, very good. What's on your mind?
Yes. Regarding Harvey Elliot, I think he had a wonderful match, and I was happy because I thought in the 60th minute, whatever, Klopp was about to make a change up, and I thought it was about to be him, But he played the 90 minutes, played well. Really happy for him. And regarding Matip, people in the chat laughing because we're saying that Matip is one of the best in the league, or maybe second best. You guys are clowns because you clearly don't watch Liverpool enough, because Matip is so freaking good, man. So freaking good. Just on the Virgil van Dijk with his feet. But obviously, I understand Tom. I think it's Tom that said that obviously he's not consistent because he's always injured, so we cannot say he's the second best. I understand that 100%. But when he's fit, the guy's a wall. So 100% happy, and I can't wait to slap Chelsea because they're going to get a reality check. Because Chelsea have been good for 6 months. Now they're talking trash. They're about to see a real team going at them and at our best. So cannot wait for that. At all.
The Chelsea fans, I thought it was kind of ironic that what Wintersurfer said, because since Tuchel's come in, and especially since they've won the Champions League, they have been running their mouths like crazy.
Yeah.
Some of the guys will know. Honestly, if we beat them next week, I'm coming for their necks, because some of the shit they've been chatting is scandalous, absolutely scandalous. So I'm really, really hyped for next week.
They need to look ahead to tomorrow. It would be the most Arsenal thing they could do to beat Chelsea. It's just, they're a shambles, and I wouldn't be surprised if they pulled it off. They need to look ahead to tomorrow. And then what about the big boys?
Yeah, come on, man. They're playing the relegation fodders tomorrow. The thing is, people I'm disagreeing a bit with what Rax is saying, because he's saying if we beat Chelsea, we will beat Chelsea. I'm not worried about beating Chelsea whatsoever. People in the comment section are getting triggered over what we said about Lukaku. We've seen Lukaku with West Bromwich, we've seen him with Everton, we've seen him with Man United. Name one good Lukaku performance at Anfield. I'm waiting. I'm going to read the comments. I know no one's going to say anything because he's never had one. Lukaku guaranteed right now, I'm guaranteeing it, will not score a goal against Liverpool at Anfield, will be pocketed by both Van Dijk and Matip, and will have zero impact on the game whatsoever. I'm not worried about Lukaku whatsoever. Lukaku is a target man striker. Oh yeah, he's improved with his back to goal and he runs now, and I don't care. Van Dijk and Matip will have him locked down. He'll make zero impact on the game whatsoever. I'm literally not worried about him even 1%. 1%, zero worried about him. I'm more worried about the other bums they have in the team, like Werner and stuff, because they have pace. But when it comes to Lukaku, literally not even bothering me 1%. And I'm very confident we'll beat Chelsea. Very, very confident, and we'll keep a clean sheet as well. So yeah, that's what's going to happen.
That. Javern, can you capture it,
bro? Capture that.
Peterson, we're gonna start then, bro.
Yeah. One last thing. You remember 4 months ago, Chelsea fans were saying James is better than Trent. Okay, I'm gonna stop here. I'm just gonna stop here.
Leaving it there. I hear that, bro. Peterson, thanks for coming on, mate, and having your say. Viewers, make sure you've smashed that like and that share button for us. Let's get this past 500 likes. Subscribe to the Football Terrace. David's backstage. David came in like Stone Cold Steve. No camera from David today. What's going on, David? Do you know what I mean? You just get that camera on, and I'm bringing you on to have your say. What you doing, brother? Get that camera on. Come and have your say
Really backing us.
in relation to this situation. I can't see it come on yet, but there we go. I'm intrigued. I'm actually mad. I'm actually now psyched about Chelsea Liverpool and Chelsea play Arsenal tomorrow because you lot have really got me in the mood for it. But David is here. What are you saying, David?
Give me a second, Terry. I'm just getting my light ready.
Okay, cool.
You have to get his best side.
He's coming. Makeup's on. Lights ready. Chelsea, I don't know. He's quite negative about Chelsea. He might back you lot, to be honest. He might agree with you.
He'll agree with Harvey.
Yeah, no, but you guys are really, really good today. And one of those matches where they get him behind a few times. Screaming from the spot. Say who I do want to see leave Burnley. I really want to see McNeil at a better club.
Yeah, he's a Man United. He came from the Man United academy, didn't he?
United. I'd
good
like
player.
to see him like Leicester level or ish. I think he could do a job at a club like that. He looks so good. He's just not surrounded by quality. But ladies and gentlemen, David is here. He looks like he's ready for a fight. Smash that like and share button. Here we go. David's here. What you saying, mate?
I don't know where all this smoke's coming from. Jesus Christ, you man are butthurt. I get it. You beat Burnley. Who you beat last week? You beat Norwich. You had a good start to the season, but like, I feel like everyone just needs to relax a bit because it's so early in this. It's been 2 games, and everyone's already talking about this guy's dead. This guy's this. This guy's. It's like everyone relax. Harvey Elliot had a good game. I'm not coming on here gonna say that Burnley were amazing and Liverpool got lucky. That's not what I'm here to do because Liverpool deserve to win. But like, it's been a game. He started well, but just relax. Like, everyone knows I ain't Mount's biggest fan, but like, you're almost putting too much pressure on him because people rate Mount so highly. If Harvey's going to be better than him, he's going to have an outstanding season. Do you know how high people rate Mason Mount? You've got to do something extraordinary to beat him. So I don't know where that came from Ram. That was a bit wild. But like, you man are so like, if someone says one bad thing about your team, because every team has a weakness, you all get so hurt by it. Like last year when people were saying that Reece James is better than Trent, we all know that Trent is a fantastic attacker. Our questions were about defense. I don't think he's proved to anyone that his defense has dramatically improved this season. You sat here and said, what's Lukkaku done against Liverpool? Well, he scored in 2013 2 goals against them. He scored 2 goals in an Anfield derby to make it 3-3. Who else? What else has he done? He scored another goal to make it 1-1 in the Premier League for Everton. Again, simple. This took me like 20 seconds to look up. So he also scored a goal when Man United beat you 2-1. So again, like I'm not even Lukaku's biggest fan. I'm not even here like gassing up like he's going to be scoring 40 goals this season. I'm not that guy. But it's been 2 games, and I think you're just trying to you're getting in over your head. I think you're almost hurt that people think that you might drop out. My thing with Liverpool is
that's not it.
Is that you're going to start off well because you're a machine, and that's what machines do. They start off very well. My worry for you is when things start, when someone picks up an injury, like Milner already has picked up not an injury, but he said he's already in the zone where he can't really play, and the medical staff didn't let him. What I'm worried for you is when Keita starts getting injured, if one of Trent or Robbo gets injured, if a centre back gets injured, like things happen for every single team. What happens to your system then? Because we saw last year, even though you'd already started dropping off, when those players
not the same thing
again, it started going down. I really rate Matip. I came on last season and people were laughing at me when I said, even though that Van Dijk started off really well, I think Matip's been the better centre back. I said that and everyone laughed at me. I know Matip's a good centre back. I know, and your team is fantastic. Everyone's worry isn't about your starting 11. It's about what's off the bench. That's where people's main worry is.
The issue is, right, if that was it, if that was it in a nutshell, I wouldn't have that much of an issue. The issue is people are telling me that this team is not even good enough to make top 4. I had a Spurs fan yesterday tell me that Spurs are going to get top 4 and have a better starting 11 than Liverpool. Like, and honestly, you need to hospitalise yourself if that's your opinion, because that is absolute nonsense. And look, Chelsea have got good players. Don't get me wrong, Chelsea have got good players, but I want to see if you can really be up there and challenge, because you've got good players, you've got a good manager, but until you prove it, I ain't going to give you that credit.
That's fair. That's fair enough. But I don't understand if you want us to. If you look at us as like we're already ahead of you, why are you then shooting backwards? Surely you should be shooting forwards at Man City. You're the champion, saying we need to get at Man City, not worrying about this lowly Chelsea team who you all think is average.
No,
you're sat here saying that.
You're sat here saying that.
No, but you're sat here saying like next week you're like, oh, Liverpool. It's a guarantee that Liverpool beat Chelsea. You're sat here saying it's a guarantee, 100%. You can't sit here with your whole chest and say 100% that Liverpool are going to win.
But to say we're not going to get top 4,
it's not out of the question though. Last season you didn't. Yeah, after Alisson, if Alisson didn't win that header, you wouldn't have got top 4 last year.
No, okay. So technically that's not correct because even if we would have drawn that game, we would have still got top 4. At the point when it happened, that it wouldn't have been the case. So if we would have drawn that game, then we wouldn't have been top 4 any further anymore. But in the overall picture, we would have dropped from 3rd to 4th.
So again, this is my thing. You only got it on goal difference. It's not like you were 10 points clear.
We won 8 of the last 10 games last season. The season before, when we won the league, right? Well, everyone said after we lost to Watford, we dropped off, and they saw the fall of Liverpool coming. If I remember correctly, I think you kind of wrote the Liverpool obituary.
I said that Klopp has drop-offs. I literally said last season, I'm not sure whether this is the Klopp drop-off.
Okay,
this isn't. I didn't think it was.
But what I'm saying is that at the end of last season, when we went 8 games out of 10, people go on about that Alisson last minute goal. We also, the 2 games we drew, we conceded last minute goals to Newcastle and to Leeds, if I remember correctly. So if you're going to talk about last minute goals, you have to look at it both ways. We were unbeaten in the last 10 games, got 26 points out of 30. We were the informed team, so you got to keep that energy both ways.
Yeah, but so are Arsenal. But look at them now. Things can happen in football. They can happen. Even still, you only got top 4 by 2 or 3 points. It's not an absolutely outrageous shout for you to drop 3 points, Leicester to gain. It's not outrageous.
Yeah, okay. Guys, look, I do hear that debate. It's a great debate. I think
there we go.
To continue over the course of next week, once Chelsea have got past Arsenal, and they do need to get past Arsenal and get that done. Great show today, though. Brilliant performance by Liverpool, and I'm starting to feel the season is picking up a little bit of.
So good having fans back, though. So good having fans back.
I'm sure more of that is to come. Everyone who's tuned in, thank you. We're live after Man City's game versus Norwich City. That looks like it's going to be a very short match reaction show in relation to that, but we'll definitely be live after that. Big transfer news coming up later on tonight as well. So make sure you're tuning in. And tomorrow is a mammoth day on the terrace. Smash that like and share button, people. But until next time, take care. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you all again